Hello, I'm Andrew from the Netherlands, and today I'm going to review for you the Yamaha RX-V467, and that receiver came from, or first time on the market was in 2010, and it stayed on the market until 2013. So it is still available in the shops. Some shops still sell these things. I just googled on Amazon, and Amazon, well, I think they are leftovers for a good price. They are cheaper than they normally were. The normal price for these receivers was about €300, and well, it's a 5.1 receiver. And the first thing I noticed when I bought this thing, I thought this is very light, only 8.4 kilograms. So Yamaha claim that this receiver have 5 times 105 watt RMS power. So I think, how is it possible with only 8.4 kilogram? Look at this thing, 5 times 105 watt a channel, and only 8.4 kilogram. And well, this thing have a few very nice options, like in the back. Well, let me show you the back quickly. It have an iPod connection dock. Really, look at this, wait a minute, look at this iPod just on top. You see this iPod connection, and this is the rest of the back side. I put my cable antenna in, as you can see, and well, just 2 speakers, and this is the rest. You can see it here. It only used 200 watt of power, and that's a very cheap, well, cheap equipment for your TV sound or your hi-fi sound, your stereo sound. Because, as you all know, most of my viewers know that I only test on stereo. So although this thing is a 5.1 channel receiver, I test on stereo only because I have a stereo channel, and well, as you know, most of these modern receivers, well, I don't like the sound, and this is my first modern Yamaha receiver, so I'm very curious how this thing will sound over this big JBL speakers, because I didn't connect these small black Pioneer S31 speakers today. My last movie was the test between these Pioneers and the JBL, and today I will, well, you will hear the sound over this JBL, very popular JBL E80 speakers. And well, let me see, I put some, but let me first explain what this thing all have. It have, for example, HDMI 1.4, and if you don't know what 1.4 means, just look it up, Google it, but it's much better than the older HDMI systems, okay? It have also a, well, it can decode high definition audio. That's also very nice thing. And of course, like you can see here, you can see HDMI, but it is a 1.4. Of course, and then it have DTS HD, Dolby, of course, and well, Cinema, DSP, digital, very nice. And well, this natural sound, I like this from Yamaha. They keep writing that natural sound, but as I earlier explained to you, it's just a quote, because there is no natural sound. Natural sound doesn't exist. Because natural sound means, like the, well, the audiophile guys, they like to have amplifiers with no bass and no treble button, yeah? They want to hear the thing natural. But even these guys have to admit that every speaker sound different, yes? And if you have a bass shy speaker, well, that bass shy speaker, you have to give a little bit more bass, or a little bit more treble, or less treble, yeah? And but probably those guys, those audiophile guys, buy amplifiers with exactly the speakers well, right for this amplifier. That's the only reason I can think why there is no bass or treble on amplifiers, okay? But anyway, this is of course not a audiophile receiver. You cannot expect audiophile quality for only 300 euro, yeah? But, well, for most people, it is a very modern receiver. It can do 5.1. It's just a good receiver, yeah? But for the sound, well, we will test the sound out now, and I will tell you on the end what I think about this sound, because I heard this JBL speakers yesterday. I tested on this Marantz 2265B, and of course a lot of your viewers will think, well, this is an old, stupid, bad sounding Marantz from 1978, but believe me, this Marantz is really, in sound, there's no modern receiver who can beat this sound. And I test many receivers, really watch all my videos, I test modern receivers, most of my reviews are vintage, because I love the vintage sound. And well, I know exactly how these JBLs have to sound, because I tested yesterday on this Marantz, and I'm very curious how they sound, well, over this Yamaha on this tuner. I will only test tuner today, and well, listen to this this sound. I have this remote control, yeah, I have this beautiful remote control. I will not use it. It's a very nice slim remote control, I like it, but I'll just leave it here. Well, let me show you from upstairs how this thing is looking from above, the inside. I will not open the thing because, yeah. And well, I put this thing for 75 euro on the market, and believe me, in 2 minutes this guy called me and he said he want to buy it, and I say, okay, I will put a reservation for you. And I think I was a little bit too cheap, because 5 minutes later it was already on 80 and I put reserved on it, so probably, well, I could have 100 euro for this thing, but just 75 euro is what I paid, and I was lucky to have my money back, so I can sell it quick and make other reviews. So let's start the stereo test. I put it on stereo. I put 6 stripe of extra bass. Yeah, you can see it here. Bass plus 6. Well, let us first start with 0. 0 bass, 0 treble, just on flat. Okay, like Yamaha clean natural sound. Okay, listen to this.
De hele week in 3 voor 12 radio en natuurlijk ook 24/7 op de site van 3 voor 12.
Ja, die LP is sowieso wel, tenminste die EP is sowieso.
Positive for Ebola while working in Sierra Leone. An investigation is underway into how the individual was exposed to the virus. France has formally objected to a Belgian proposal for the design of a coin commemorating the 200th.
And listen, really, one thing I found out, and you know, I don't like this vintage Yamaha receivers. I'm not a fan. They are okay, they are very good, but I for one reason I'm not a fan. I never was a fan from Yamaha. But one thing, from all these receivers I tested, I think Yamaha has the best tuners, yeah, analog tuners it is. And the strange thing is that the tuner of this Yamaha is one of the best I tested from all those modern receivers, so the Pioneers, the Onkyos, and this one really have one of the best tuner section. Very, very nice. There's no sizzling, no hissling. They just, well, listen to this dialogue. You can hear perfectly in this dialogue how clear the sound is. Really very nice.
Split. Kathleen White lived on.
And this is BBC One.
old ambulance. They divorced in 1992, and 3 years later he launched an electricity generating business. Now that was based on a turbine that he'd made at the Glastonbury Festival in order to offer festival goers.
I just wanna give what I have to give. Maybe it'll pick somebody up. Das wär ein Geschenk. Du weißt genau, da ist ein. De wereld gaat dicht en dan denk ik aan Brabant, want daar brandt nog licht.
And the Shadow of Mortality. That's Free Thinking here on BBC Radio 3 at 10 o'clock tonight. And following on from it, the essay is all at sea. 5 writers recall memorable swims.
Bobby Wall, gewoon in Nederland.
Wel 200 mbit per seconde. Ook voor snelheid.
En toen je zei het spijt me, was je mij wel een klein stapje vol. Non, je veux que ça dure toute la vie. Chaque jour soit férié. Un jour serait la vie de fin de droit.
And I put everything on flat and listen to the bass coming out of these JBLs. Really nice. Well, I already sold this thing, but I start regretting my decision because this thing sounds very nice. For a modern receiver, a €300 receiver, unbelievable. No extra bass, no loudness, and listen to the sound of these JBLs.
Zang vind ik echt supergoed.
Ja, gitarist ook.
Zo.
Wow.
Wat moet ik in het buitenland? Onbetaalbaar aangebrand.
Boze wolf.
Jawel, maar het ging toch wel heel veel over jeugd en...
It's your baby water, it's your baby whiskey. Water, whiskey, water, whiskey.
Pursue at the political level.
Mess it up again. I tripped on my way in, got kicked outside, everybody's so. Toen je wegging in de nacht, verlangde ik naar jou en naar...
Wow, beautiful. Well, this thing really, I didn't expect it. I have to be honest. I tested many modern receivers. Well, tomorrow I will test another modern receiver, a very nice, beautiful receiver with matching DVD player, Harman Kardon from 2009. And well, it's my first modern Yamaha I test, and really, because of the weight, I thought, okay, this thing is nothing, 8.4 kilo, because I reviewed Pioneers from 8.4 kilo, and those ones sound really bad, those Pioneers from 8.4 kilogram, and you can see it back in my reviews, but this thing doesn't sound bad at all, and that's very strange, very, very strange, because only 8.4 kilogram, and well, I didn't test the power out, so it's late in the evening, and well, I don't like to play hard on loud music, so I'm not going to test it out. But if this 2 times 105 watt is real, well, I think I sold this thing much too cheap, 75 euro. It's unbelievable. Okay, the looks is a little bit simple. The Harman Kardons looks much nicer and better. But I think this thing sounds better than the Harman Kardons. You will see my next review from this Harman Kardon in the same price class as this Yamaha. But well, I think they make it this light because I think the metal is, yeah, it's very thin. It's very thin metal. It is metal. Yeah, I don't really like the design. It looks a little bit old-fashioned. Yeah, it's not very modern looking like the Harman Kardons. But the most important thing of a receiver or a amplifier is the sound, and there's nothing wrong with the sound of this nice Yamaha. And well, if you're lucky, you can find them cheap on the second-hand market, but I don't believe people will sell this thing that easy, because it's just a new receiver, brand new, 2010. It is still selling in the shops, yes, for 300 euro. You can buy it new. 300 euro is, I don't think it's too much for a receiver with this sound quality. Really very nice sound. Really very nice. And if you are a tuner lover like me, you will extra enjoy this thing, because the tuner section is so strong. It really, I programmed this thing in just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes I programmed about 25 channels in FM stereo, and really the sound is very nice. well, let me try it out on extra bass. Let me give it some extra bass. Let me hear well, I missed some treble. So that's the only thing I missed in this receiver is a little bit more treble. But okay, you can change that in the tone control. Let me see. Put some extra bass. Well, bass. Well, you know what I do? I put 4 extra stripes of bass and 4 extra stripes of treble. And let me hear the sound now.
I wish I could make it in.
Well, Mr. Props, this is the singer of this song, and Mr. Props, yeah. And really, I know this song. I really know this song very good. And listen how it sounds on this beautiful Yamaha.
Words to say, I'm slowly drifting away, wave after wave.
Isn't that beautiful? Unbelievable.
Zoals my daddy punt a piano piece. Put on a mascara for him.
Ryan Hemsworth.
Het is wel heerlijk om erop te komen.
Well, there's nothing wrong with this Yamaha receiver, especially if you can buy it for €75. This thing also sounds good in stereo. I don't say it's my best modern receiver I tested. The best modern receiver I tested in stereo is still the GVC RX-V467, and that's a 2002 receiver. And of course that one doesn't have HDMI, and but this thing doesn't sound bad. Okay, it's not a perfect sounding receiver, but for €300, be honest, what can you buy for €300? This thing really sounds good. It sounds better than all the Onkyos and Harman kardons and the Pioneers I tested so far in stereo. So if you like 5.1 and stereo, this little Yamaha RX-V467 is not a bad choice. Well, this was my review from the this nice Yamaha, and really I think this Yamaha is a good buy, and especially if you can buy it second hand for 75 or €100. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Put those thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel. For now I say bye bye.